Gina, this may just be my paranoia talking, or maybe it's just my sister common sense. But last we left off, it wasn't pleasant, and maybe some of that's my fault. I just do find it a little strange that you're reaching out and so eager to be a sister to me all of a sudden.
Miranda, I really don't get it with you. You talk about being like progressive and educated and open-minded, but when it comes to people changing, you don't believe it. You don't believe in redemption arcs. You don't believe that people deserve anything. I don't get that. Like, why is it so surprising when someone comes around that says that they changed?
I'm glad you ask. I'm glad you ask, because now I want everyone to know I've really come to this conclusion, and I believe this. This can be my new identity if that's how people want to perceive me. I don't believe that people can change. No one. I don't believe it. I don't believe in second chances anymore. And, yeah.
Yeah, okay, watch you start dating Brian next week when you said you were never gonna do that or whatever.
Okay, you came over to tell me that you want to be sisters again. And then you come at me with the attacks and the slander and the stupid lines that don't need to be said in my house. I can still forgive whoever I want to forgive. But I stand by that I don't believe people can change.
Because, Miranda, you create these self-imposed rules for your life and you act like you're so pious and perfect when you create those rules, right? Like, you're Batman. But you're so choosy and hypocritical and you have so many double standards. You don't forgive me or mom or whatever, but you know, you believed you forgave Joey a million times. You've forgiven Brian. You've forgiven Melissa. You're just so choosy.
Because last time I checked, Gina, I'm a full-grown woman in my 30s. I have every right to choose who I want to be friends with, who I want to associate with, and more importantly, who I want around my children. If people don't like me for that, tough noogies.
Tough noogies? What are you, a great grandma with that? Miranda, as your little sister, I know I'm difficult, and I know I'm messed up. That's me. I'm flawed. We're cut from the same cloth in a very different way. And I'm sorry that I have not been perfect, and I'm sorry that I let you down several times, but I have my own stuff going on. But I'm here to be your sister. I don't want to fight. I want to be around my niece and nephew. We can be a family.
Why though? That's what I don't get. Did mom put you up to it? Is that what's going on? Because that's not a valid reason to be in my life at this point. That just feels like another scheme from someone.
Because, Miranda, you moved to Florida, mom got locked up, I had no one. And it gave me time to reflect. It made me appreciate who I did have and who I miss out on. And I have an opportunity to be your sister again because you moved back to town, so I'm taking it.
Okay. I apologize if I've been overly cold. But I do think that I am justified in that behavior given my history. Just know that if you plan on screwing me over, Gina, which you've done in the past, there are cameras everywhere. There is security everywhere. I have weapons that I'm not afraid to fire. And when it comes to blood is thicker than water, that only applies to my kids. Everyone else, well, you can fill in the blanks.
Miranda, was that Gina I saw leaving the house?
It was Gina. You saw correctly, it was her. We spoke. She visited.
Well, damn. I remember you had, what, a feisty conversation with her on the phone? You letting your sister back in your life?
I don't know. That's actually, kind of what I was going to talk to you about and pick your brain over and see how you felt about something.
Oh, now please, don't you dare burden me with the question of whether or not you should let your sister. That's a liability on me now. Hypothetically, you let your sister and she burns the house down or something. I don't want that on my conscience.
Dad, you're essentially my right-hand man. I trust your opinion on things. I trust your gut. A lot of the time, what you say is something my mother-in-law would say, but you have a way of delivering it to where it doesn't sound so stupid and so toxic. So I trust your opinion because you lay things out in a good way when it comes to family. But I don't know whether or not I should trust Gina. I don't know if she's aligning herself with Mom. I don't know what her angle is. She seems genuine in terms of like wanting to be my sister and be there for my kids, but she's never really been that before. And you know I don't believe in change.
Alright, your sister, from what I know, from my recent interactions with her, she is an unpredictable fireball. You don't know what direction she's going in. You don't know what mood she's going to be in. You don't know if she's going to hug you or punch you. But as your daddy, as your father, I always want to see my girls get along. And with everyone being stripped away from Junior, and I'm not saying you're wrong for that, but with your kids losing out on some family members, I do think it would be beneficial for them to know their aunt at least. The more family, the merrier. Family is a lost art. That phrase, it takes a village to raise a child, well, I still believe it. And I understand why you don't want to welcome the village into your house, but your sister is your sister. She'll always be your sister.
Yeah. I don't want to make the wrong decision and get bit in the ass. But there is part of me that does miss having a sister. There are times where, you know, I'll read something on the gossip sites or I'll hear a piece of news and I wish I could throw it off of her and hear what she would say. Just like the old days. We've never been best friends, but I have this stupid hope that maybe in adulthood we would get along a little bit better, and now she's showing that to me. And I don't know what to do. Because I just feel like everyone's out to get my kids. That's how I view literally everyone.